Home renovations can be costly, and a builder's quote can give you quite a fright. But there is a way to get the perfect home at a price you can afford. Whether it's creating a beautiful garden from scratch, I've shown you all you need to know now, the rest is up to you. Getting the best deals around.
Is there any chance for a little bit extra in the deal?
I think there could be.
That's brilliant. I'll shake your hand on that.
Or converting your attic into 2 new bedrooms. Well, a temporary roof over that can cost up to £2,000, so...
That is quite a lot of money.
I'm on a mission to show Britain's homeowners how to save thousands of pounds on their bills. But the bottom line is, if you want to save money, then you've got to fix it yourself. I'm on my way to North London to meet IT Sales Director Lee Newman and his partner, photographer Marie Fitzgerald. They live in the 2-bed ground floor flat of a Victorian conversion, but at the moment, it's not quite their home sweet home.
At the moment, it's just too dark and just too enclosed for us.
So what we want to do is build a new bathroom on the left-hand side of the property to eat into the garden a bit, therefore opening up the whole of the living area of the flat to make it an open-plan kitchen stroke living room.
We'd really like to save as much money as possible on this build, so we're willing to do some of it ourselves.
We know it's a pretty big project to take on, but I'm pretty confident that with Tommy's guidance and help, we'll get there.
Yeah.
One of the advantages of a ground floor flat is that there is potential to extend, but in built-up areas that can be problematic. So I'm going to call it a day and see if I can give them a few pointers. Definitely got to be the ground floor.
Hello.
Good morning, hiya. You must be Lee.
Morning, Tommy, yes.
And you must be Marie.
Yes, I am.
Now, you've got a tricky job that you want me to have a look at.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, come on in.
It's nice, but it's a little bit dark, isn't it?
Yeah, let me turn the lights on for you.
Well, that's a bit better, but
Yeah.
I don't really like having lights on all day in my house.
No, I mean, this is one of the reasons that we want to do some work. You can see how dark it is at the back of the property itself.
Well, natural light, I think, is the most crucial part of any house. So, would you talk me through exactly what it is that you want to do?
We're going to move the bathroom that's currently at the back of the property.
Yeah.
We're going to put on a brand new side extension, and we're going to move the bathroom into that side extension. Because we want natural light to come in, we're going to put a glass roof that'll be frosted onto that bathroom as well. We want to knock out the internal wall so that it makes it more open plan.
Lee and Marie want to change the layout of their flat by knocking down the wall between the existing kitchen and bathroom to create an open-plan living space with bifold doors and a glass roof at the rear to let in natural light. They plan to build an extension to the side of the property which will house the new bathroom as well as creating a small courtyard with access from the existing bedroom. I've done lots of building work all around London in my working life, and quite often for something like this you would find there may be a few planning issues. How did they go with you, the planners?
Well, we're in a conservation area.
Oh, even. Right, that's it. Trouble ahead.
Yes. Well, it took a long time to get our plans, agreed.
How many applications?
4.
4. Oh, you got off light, really.
Yeah.
4. Have you had a price for the work?
It is coming in at around £46,000 at the moment.
46 rand, a lot of money.
I know.
And how much is your budget?
My budget is around the 30 mark.
So that's a 16 grand shortfall.
Yeah.
All right, well, because it's such a structural job, this, my advice to you would be to leave all the major building elements to the contractor.
Yeah.
Then you can do all the trimming inside, all the finishing. Don't look so worried, because no matter what your skill level is, I can show you ways of saving money.
Okay.
Lee and Marie's quote is for 46,000, but with a budget of only 30, I need to find them a huge 16 grand's worth of savings. If they source and fit the kitchen themselves, that will make a difference. But I think their first saving steps are going to be in the field of demolition. Right, so today is the very first day. And what we need to do is have a look all around and see where we can make some savings. and then make a start.
Yeah, sure, yeah, let's go.
Immediately, I can spot a saving. Even when you demolish it, if you take it down carefully, you'll be able to clean up these bricks, stack them and reuse them.
That's good.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, these are authentic London stocks. Yeah. And they are actually around about £1 each now.
Yeah.
So every one you save is £1 saved.
Yep.
This is currently our garden, but it will be our amazing bathroom.
Oh, Brian, knocked me leg on the bath there. The new extension will use the existing back door for access, but the new enclosed courtyard will need its own entrance through the bedroom. Creating this entrance will be our first job. Now, we've got the wall here, right, which is the end of the bathroom.
That's right.
And then we created this little outside garden space.
Yep.
In order to get into it, you can't have the window, so that's got to be changed.
No. We're going to replace that with some oak French doors.
Well, that'll give you more light in that room than you've got now.
Yeah, so it should be good.
If Lee and Marie take on the demolition, they could save themselves £300 on labour costs. This is our first move in anger, and we're going to take the window out. Now, we have to take that out, believe it or not, from the inside.
Okay.
First of all, we're going to take off the staff bead, okay? Because we're not going to reuse, I'm just going to cut the sash cord and you'll probably hear the weight drop. See, like that. We slide it down.
Okay. Yeah.
Again, it's very easy, there's not much to it. These are what we call the pockets.
So presumably the weights are inside there.
Yeah. Now, I'll take the other weight out. If Lee and Marie want to save big bucks, they're going to have to get their hands dirty. Right, Marie, come on. It's no good just being an observer. You've got to get stuck in.
All right, there you go.
That's the edge of the window there. And we're going to take this plaster off so that we can bang the window out. Are you hitting that, Marie, or are you tickling it?
This might take a while.
Oh, I can see that. Most window frames are only wedged into place. So once you've removed the beading, you can usually knock them out using a heavy hammer.
Go on, Marie, you do it.
Go on, give it some welly, go on. Hey, there we go. Right, the next thing we've got to do is take this sill out, because that's surplus to requirements. Go on, there's a bit going there. Go on, it's splitting. Go on. Hey, look at that. Hey. Right, now we come to the important part, which is taking this brickwork apart and saving these bricks. And once we get one out, there's no resistance, the rest should come up easy. And on that note, I'll pass you over the tools.
Thanks very much.
And there's two for you.
Thank you very much.
All right, and I'll see you again soon. Good luck, guys.
Yep.
Bye.
Cheers, Tommy. Thanks very much.
Thanks for your help today.
Well, that was a bit of a wake-up call for Lee and Marie, but I do like their keenness for the hard work. And there's plenty of hard work here, but that's where the savings are to be made. And if they want to bring this on budget, that's what they're going to have to do. Lee and Marie are clearly serious about saving money and have taken my tips on board, cracking on well into the night.
So, it's Friday night. Should be down the pub with my mates. But I'm here knocking walls out and cleaning up a mess.
And saving yourself money.
And saving myself a grand.
Yeah. It feels really good. It feels really productive that we've started, you know, especially doing all this demolition. It's quite, like, full on for us, anyway.
Coming up, demolition continues as the build gets underway. We go in search of a reclaimed bathroom suite. And that works out about just over 600 quid to do.
Really?
Yeah. But the future of the build is thrown into jeopardy when a disagreement with a neighbour causes planning permission to be revoked and the whole build is put on hold.
I naively thought that she would simply sign the party wall agreement.
IT sales director Lee and photographer Marie have lived together in a ground floor flat for nearly a year, but it still don't feel like home.
At the moment, it's just too dark and just too enclosed for us.
They've been quoted £46,000 to build a side extension and completely redesign the kitchen, living room and bathroom. But they've only got a budget of 30 grand, so I need to find them 16 grand's worth of savings. Don't look so worried, because no matter what your skill level is, I can show you ways of saving money. Okay. I've started them off by teaching them the basics of demolition. Go on, it's splitting. Go on. Hey, look at that. It's day 2 of the build. Marie's off to a ballet class, leaving the art graft to Lee. They've already saved 300 quid removing a sash window and creating a doorway. And now it's ready for a set of French doors. Hanging these French doors can be tricky, so Lee's got the professionals in to help him.
Very nice job. Very nice.
Yeah?
Good
You
job.
happy with that?
Good job. Very happy with that.
He's also chipping away at some more savings.
I'm cleaning my London stock bricks. Each one of them's worth at least £1, and I'm going to be reusing these on my build.
Lee and Marie have made a good start on the savings front. Removing the sash window and creating a doorway has saved 300 quid. Recycling the stock bricks, another 100. And by going directly to the door manufacturers and picking them up himself, he's saved £1,000. That's a total saving of over 1,400 quid so far. Not bad for a couple of days' work. But 2 weeks on, they've hit a huge problem. Work's ground to a halt over a major planning issue. Lee and Marie are building within 1 metre of their neighbour's property, so they need her consent to what is called a party wall agreement. And without the agreement, the existing planning permission isn't valid.
I naively thought that she would simply sign the party wall agreement. However, my neighbour decided to instruct a surveyor, which in turn meant that I had to instruct my own surveyor. So we're now looking at a minimum of about £1,600 of extra cost that I hadn't really budgeted for at all.
They made us put in planning permission again, which we had to pay for, and they've said they could take a maximum of 8 weeks to do that. This is so frustrating now.
A delay and added cost is bad news for Lee and Marie. But while we're waiting for planning permission, I'm going to see if I can help them make some savings on their new bathroom. Top of their shopping list is a freestanding bath, so we're going to a reclamation yard to see what we can find. What I like about these architectural salvage places, you can come here and the quality is much better than what they do today. Also, it's a case of recycling, which is great for the environment, using old stuff again in the modern environment.
So it's a bit more individual as well, these pieces in here.
Yeah.
You know, not everyone's going to have the same.
Exactly right. It's a better selection. But getting on to selection, the reason I brought you here, I wanted to show you this in particular in here. This is a lovely cast iron tub. Now, it's not an antique piece.
And how old do you reckon this piece would be then?
Well, it could be anything from 5 to 15 years old. It's a reproduction of an older version, but it's in very good condition, and this is just under £1,000 for the complete piece, ready to go. All you have to do is just have this plumbed in. However, there is another way you can do it.
Yeah.
And we need to go out into the yard at the back, and we can see some cast iron baths in their original state.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sounds
so
good.
Follow me down these stairs. A reclamation yard is like an Aladdin's cave for the homeowner. You can find things that are fully restored, like the £1,000 bath, or you can fish out something that needs a little bit of TLC and may even save you some pennies in the long run. There's a couple of baths there, and there's quite a few stacked around. These you would probably have to have stripped and re-enamelled, which means then it goes back to the factory, stripped right back down to the metal, painted, and then it goes in an oven, it's baked on. That's proper re-enamelling.
Yeah.
And that works out about just over 600 quid to do.
Really?
Yeah, to do it right. But there is another way where they go over the top of the existing, but that's not as hard a finish, so you have to be far more careful that you don't damage it. That's about 350 quid to do.
Right. And what sort of price do these tubs go for?
Well, that's up to you to negotiate with the shop owner, but generally as a rule of thumb, they go from anything from about 100, 150 quid upwards, depending on how popular that design is.
Yeah.
But while you're here, have a browse round and
Okay.
see if anything catches your eye.
Yeah.
I'm leaving Lee and Marie to mull over their options. They could pay £1,000 for the fully restored roll top, or if they choose an unrestored tub that needs a bit of TLC, they'd save themselves up to 500 quid with a simple recoat.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
And there are more savings to be made on fixtures.
Ooh, that's quite a selection.
These are pretty chunky, aren't they? That's
Yeah.
pretty heavy, actually. Feel the weight of that.
Blimey. I'm not sure whether it just might be worth buying actual reproduction ones of these rather than salvage. We thought that we liked maybe by the salvage bath, either something that we'll have to restore or maybe one that's made up. We'll just have to find the right one for us, and we'll probably more than likely buy reproduction taps, but we don't actually like an original bath.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
8 weeks have passed and Lee and Marie have some good news. The party wall agreement is finally agreed, but they still need to check the council's website to see if they have the vital planning permission needed to go ahead with the build.
So have you got your fingers crossed?
Yes.
Okay, right, let's go in.
Yay! It's had an approved stamp on it, so this is official. The build is one step further.
That's brilliant news, isn't it?
Well
done.
Now the planning permission has been granted, the builders can start the extension. First up, the whole garden has to be cleared.
We're clearing this area so that the new drainage system can be put in, which is quite a big job, but this is the start of it.
Fair play to Marie, she's getting stuck in with the builders, and by recycling the Victorian edging stones, she'll be saving a fair few quid too.
Just going to change my coat to something slightly more appropriate for the build.
By the end of the day, the builders have dug the footings for the foundations, and Lee and Marie can finally see some progress. Work on the extension is 1 week old and in full swing.
Progress is going pretty well. We've got the bricklayer on site, so he's laying breeze blocks for the new bathroom. I've got the drains being dug for my waste pipes. Everything that's happening outside is being done by my builders, so I can't really get involved much there. So I've come in today to take up my floor tiles in my kitchen, so I'm saving myself some money there on the labour, really.
This job would usually take a builder a day, so Lee's saving himself £100, and he's borrowed the electric breaker from his builder, saving on the £43 cost of hiring one for a week.
This is pretty hard graft, it's pretty cold, it's heavy going, my back's hurting already. I don't think it's a job for me, really.
Eventually, the kitchen's stripped of everything, including the kitchen sink. And remember, never throw away your old fixtures and fittings, as they may be worth something to somebody else.
So I'm just on my way to a local shop that sells kitchen appliances and second-hand goods, just to see whether I can get any money for my stainless steel sink. So the sink has been successfully recycled. I've got my £50 note, so I'm pretty happy with that.
Two weeks into the build, and the professionals are getting on with the structural work.
It's really great to see the build in full swing now. They're really getting on with it, and we really see progress, which is fantastic because we waited so long to get this far.
The builders fit RSJs into the ceiling to support the building where the wall's been removed to make way for the new bifold doors. And Lee's London stocks are being reused to construct the bathroom walls.
The builders are doing the first part of the build. We're going to come in at the second part of the build and save ourselves loads of money and get it all finished.
I'm really pleased with the work so far, but if Lee and Marie are going to save 16 grand, there's still a long way to go. Coming up, time to save some money as I show Lee how to lay his own patio. How do you cut a round hole in a square slab? Marie goes on the hunt for some kitchen bargains.
Shape-wise, we like this layout, but just not that dark. This stuff's probably end of line, just not what we're after.
And we get to grips with underfloor heating. No, I can't use that.
Tommy's messed up.
Shall I go and get my drill? Lee and his girlfriend Marie moved into their 2-bedroom London flat, knowing that they would have to do some serious work to make it their perfect home.
We'd really like to save as much money as possible on this build, so we're willing to do some of it ourselves.
To make this once dark kitchen diner into a light, contemporary space, complete with a new bathroom and a secret courtyard, they were quoted 46 grand.
46 grand, that's a lot of money.
No.
And how much is your budget?
My budget is around the 30 mark.
They've got a £16,000 shortfall, and I've already helped them save over 2 grand.
These are authentic London stocks, so every one you save is a pound saved.
Yep.
Planning permission and unexpected costs gave the build a rocky start, but thanks to some hard graft, the renovation is now well underway. Today, I'm back on site to show Lee how to save even more cash. Hello, Lee.
Hello, Tommy. How you doing?
All right, son. Long time no see.
Yeah, long time no see. Long time no see. Well, welcome to my world.
Oh, this has changed a lot since I was last here. All the demolition's done, the extension up.
Yeah, it's been quite a big change, to be honest.
Right, shall we go and have a look at this?
Yeah, let's go and have a look. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Okay.
it's quite different to when I was last here.
Yeah, it's very different.
While the builders get on with fitting the glass bifold doors to the new open plan living space, we're going to work on the area created between the new bathroom extension and the existing back wall.
So welcome to the secret garden, as I like to call it.
At the moment, it's just a building site, but Lee's bought some sandstone paving and I'm going to show him how to turn this dead space into an attractive courtyard.
Well, what we need to do first is establish the levels, right? We work that out because that's crucial.
Yeah.
Now, the things you have to think about is the damp course, which is normally underneath that vent,
Right, okay.
and then we've got this drain in the middle, this gully,
Yep.
and that's where the water's going to fall to.
So all our paving has to be angled towards the centre of this.
You've got it.
Right, okay.
The first thing we need to do is find the damp course.
There's the damp course there, that's the slate damp course, which is directly underneath the air vent. So that runs right away around the house at that level, protecting the house from the moisture coming up.
Right.
So we mustn't go level or above it.
No.
The regulations are to be 150 mil below.
Okay.
And then we'll cut this manhole and drop this down to the height.
Yep. Okay.
Now, I think also, looking at this, I think we're going to have to chop out that concrete over there to do this properly. So just to summarise what we're doing, we're going to break out the concrete and all the spoil from the breakout we'll use as backfill, then we'll blind it, then we can lay the pavement.
Okay. That sounds like a good plan.
Preparation, that's the rule.
We're creating a solid hardcore base by smashing up recycled rubble and spreading it evenly over the whole area by hand.
Right, now, I want you to knock me up a concrete mix. You ever done it before?
Yeah.
Right, well, it wants to be sort of dryish because we'll use it as a blinding to get all over this floor.
Right, okay.
And it will stabilise all the hardcore and everything.
Yep.
And once that's done, and we've covered it all, then we can actually knock up a mortar mix and we'll start laying the paving.
Right, okay. Yep.
To mix up the concrete for the blinding, which will fill the gaps in the rubble, you need 1/3 of a bucket of water to 7 parts ballast and 1 part cement.
Knocking up concrete, breaking concrete. You'll sleep well tonight.
The key is a dry mix, which makes it easier to spread.
Right, Tommy. Bucket number 1.
Oh, well done.
Just as you wanted.
Ah, it's a bit damp, actually.
Is it?
Yeah, it's got to be sort of dry. I mean, I can use it, but make the next
Bit
one.
less water.
Yeah, a lot less water. Make it
Okay.
sort of dry. Okay. Right, now we've done all the preparation work and we've put the blinding down, so now we actually come to starting with the slabs. Because you've got a drain in the middle, that's going to be our centre point. So how do you cut a round hole in a square slab?
I've got no idea.
What we do, we'll take this lid out of here and use that as a profile, okay? We only want to cut halfway. Now, that should be perfect.
A neat trick to cutting a round surface into a paving slab is to cut lots of tiny sections, and then it's just a case of tapping the weakened stone out with a chisel. To round off the edge, you simply repeat the process and Bob's your uncle.
That should fit. There we go.
Yeah, that's nice.
Right, now you're going to do the bedding mix. Once the consistency of double cream,
Okay.
okay? And once you've got it right, then repeat the process.
Good stuff. Right.
If he gets that right, I'm a monkey's uncle.
I heard that.
For the bedding mix, you need 4 shovels of sharp sand, 2 shovels of soft sand, 1 shovel of cement and 2 capfuls of plasticizer.
Bring that muck in. Right, now we're starting with the middle, so you just bucket that there, and then we spread it with a trowel, and then you put some track marks through it like that.
Yep.
And that'll allow it to squash down.
Bed in.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
And that means that when you put the slab down, and you tap it down, and it'll get a full bed under the whole slab. There'll be no void areas.
Ideally for a patio like this, you're looking for a gradient of 16 mil per metre across the paving, so that the surface wall will run directly into the drain. My tip is to use a spirit level to check the slope towards the drain is consistent.
Well, that's our keystone.
Once you've got your keystone, you can measure your other slabs directly from it. With the first 4 slabs down, it's time for Lee to have a go.
There you go. Well, that's actually pretty good. Now, use the mallet. That's it, yeah. Remember not to drop it, just to place it. That's it, hold the slab here. And now, test it with a level.
Lee seems to have got the hang of this, and he hasn't been thrown off by the need to lay each slab on the right gradient.
Right, now you seem to have got the gist of it. It's not rocket science because we've done all the prep work.
Yeah, sure.
Do you feel happy with that?
Yeah, no, it's all good.
All right, well, I'll leave you to it.
Okay.
I'll see you again soon, and when I
Yeah.
come back, you'll be a bit closer to being finished, I hope.
Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully. All right, cheers, Tommy. Thanks very much for your help.
You're welcome. I think once that I impressed upon Lee the importance of preparation, and I think he's got a firm grasp of that now, the rest is plain sailing for him. And I'm sure he'll be able to lay all that patio outside in that little secret garden, so he'll be fixing it himself and saving loads of money.
One thing it has taught me is really that you should prepare, prepare well in advance for these sort of jobs because they tend to take double the time that you think they're actually going to take.
Lee finishes the patio and it's looking good. Not only that, he saved himself 400 quid. A very good day's work. As the builders are finishing off the exterior and the bifold doors go on, the extension's beginning to really take shape, and Marie's starting to think about the interior. She needs to buy tiles for the bathroom and kitchen, so I've advised her to go to a major tile supplier. The advantage of shopping at a place like this is the deals they can offer you.
Today is all about getting the best deal possible. This one is perfect, just the right size. Possibly a time to do a little bit of wheeling dealing and get myself a good discount. These are the tiles that I want for my kitchen splashback.
This supplier is offering a bulk discount, which is good news. But to make even more savings, my tip is to ask the supplier if they'll take the leftovers back.
What if I have the few odd tiles left over that I really don't need?
You can actually bring them back within 28 days to get a refund for exactly what you paid.
Oh, brilliant. Okay, well, these are the tiles that I want.
So the price of the tile is going to work out £78.10p.
Brilliant. Okay. So I've got my tiles finally one step further to getting our build finished and got myself a bargain in the meantime, so that's brilliant.
So far, the savings are rolling in. Lee and Marie saved £500 helping with the groundworks, £600 removing the old kitchen themselves, and they got 50 quid for their old sink. Now, laying their own patio was worth a tidy £400. And Marie saved 200 quid by getting a good deal on her tiles. That's great progress, but there's still a long way to go. It's 8 weeks since planning permission was finally granted and I'm back at the flat. The contractors have gone, leaving the way clear for Lee and Marie to get stuck in and get the job finished. Hey, you guys. Hi. How you doing? This looks a little bit different to the last time I was here.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Yeah, it's coming on.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
starting to look like a bathroom.
Well, who's this then?
I'm Chris, I'm Lee's dad. Just come to help you.
Ah, you've been press ganged in to help, have you?
Certainly, yeah.
Right, so we're going to start off today by tiling this floor. And I'll show you how to save some money. Lee and Marie want underfloor heating in their bathroom. So before we lay any tiles, we've got to lay the heating elements. First, we draw out where the bath, sink and toilet will go. so we can lay the heating around them. Next, we need to cut a shallow groove called a chase for the sensor cable that will connect the underfloor heating to the all-important thermostat. The thermostat and electrical fittings are always fixed outside of the bathroom. The electricians left a chaser cable in the wall, and by attaching the wires from the heating mat to the cable, we can simply pull them through and then connect to the thermostat.
Hey! Bingo. Move up a little bit.
Before we can install the underfloor heating, it's vital to work out the pattern for the tiles. First, we have to find the centre of the room.
Now, if you bring in a few floor tiles, we'll just mark these out, whether we start next to the line or centre of the line.
Right, okay.
By taking the time to work out where the tiles are going to sit, we can guarantee that Lee and Marie's bathroom floor will have a professional finish at a fraction of the cost. For the underfloor heating, Lee and Marie have opted for an electric dryer system as it's the easiest to install yourself. The electric heating mat has to be cut to fit the space and has a self-adhesive backing so it will simply stick to the floor.
Well, there we go. Right, the next thing we're going to do is knock up the muck and then we'll start laying, yeah?
Excellent.
Excited?
I am really excited now.
The easiest way to mix the tile adhesive is to use a drill-powered mixer.
Let me just have a little go with this, see if we can get it. That seems to me to be a little bit too strong, this. No, I can't use that.
Shall I go and get my drill? It happens to the best of us, but it's worth bearing in mind that you want to use a slow drill to make up the adhesive.
Tommy's messed up.
Don't worry, that'll come off the walls as long as we don't let it dry. With Chris cutting tiles outside, Lee and I can get on with the laying. The muck goes straight onto the underfloor heating and the tiles go on top. The trick to a great finish is to really take your time when bedding the tiles. Make sure you create smooth, even grooves with the trowel angled slightly so that the tile lies perfectly flat.
It's a bit of a technique you learn with a trowel because it is to do a little bit with the angle that you work at. With a slight tilt, you tend to flatten it and you keep a bit of excess on there.
Right.
But it's only something you can experiment with and you'll get the knack of.
Years of experience.
No, years of luck.
Always keep a clean cloth to hand as you don't want that muck to dry on your brand new tiles. Keep everything clean as you go and you'll get a brilliant finish.
Do you want to do these or you want me to do them?
Yeah, I'll do them ones.
Yeah, you happy?
Yeah.
Good. You're getting the knack pretty quick. I'll give it a bit of tender loving care. You ain't got to try and force it all the way down to Australia.
Once again, Lee's proving to be a fast learner.
Square it up first. Gently in. That's good, Lee. Get it in tight. So you don't want to start pushing it too far once you've bedded it. Whoops, that's it.
Yeah, that's right.
And on that note, I think I can leave you to finish off.
Yeah.
Do you feel confident?
Yeah, I feel pretty confident about finishing it off. Yeah, I've got my dad helping me doing the cuts, so yeah, I think it'll be all right.
Good.
Yeah.
All right, then, well, good luck, and I'll see you again soon.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks for your help.
See you guys.
See ya.
Thank you. Bye.
Cutting glazed tiles like Lee and Marie's is relatively easy with a tile cutter. If you do buy unglazed tiles, you may want to hire a wet saw, which will make the job a lot easier. Well, they picked up the basics of tiling very quick, and they made a good job of it. Now it's up to them to see the build all the way to the finish line. It only takes Lee and his dad the rest of the day to get the bathroom tiles down. A great effort, and one that saved Lee and Marie a tidy 1,600 quid.
Pretty good, eh? Morning. How you doing, brother? All right?
Hey.
Good to see you.
Yeah, right.
Here come the workforce, right, Paul? Right, Dad?
Yeah, fine, thanks.
Today's a big day, and Lee and Marie have enlisted the help of the whole family. Marie sourced a great value kitchen, and if they can all fix it themselves, This could be a day they save thousands.
Today we're finally fitting the kitchen, so from going from having one cupboard and not really a kitchen, finally it's really exciting that they're busy putting our nice kitchen together.
They've ordered flat pack units which need to be built on site. Lee tackles the construction while leaving his brother and mate to get the bottom units in.
It gets a bit frustrating from time to time, purely because what I've got in my mind is a schedule of works. So, for example, the tiling has to be done by a certain time, so then the plumber can come in and finish off. And occasionally I'm finding that things are slipping, just through no one's fault really, it's just the way it is.
Despite Lee's frustrations, the savings are still rolling in. Marie prepares the walls ready for them to be painted, and if they decorate themselves, it will save them another £2,000.
This whole process has taught me that things take longer than you think they do.
And Lee's dad tackles the tiles in the shower. I'm really impressed with the skill, the organisation and the work ethic that Lee and Marie have shown to get this build to where it is now. Let's hope they can muster the one last push to the finish. Coming up, Lee puts the finishing touches to the flat and I see if all their hard work has paid off. Wow! Lee and Marie were desperate to transform their dark and cramped North London flat into a light and airy living space. But with a quote of 46 grand for the work and a budget of just 30,000, Lee and Marie have had to roll their sleeves up and get stuck in.
Go on, give it some welly. It's a neck. You're getting the neck pretty quick. Are you hitting that, Marie, or are you tickling it?
After waiting months for planning permission,
Yay! It's had an approved stamp on it, so this is official.
and 12 weeks of seriously hard graft,
Knocking up concrete, breaking concrete. You'll sleep well tonight.
they're almost finished.
So today we're just getting pretty straight. We are sort of nearly there with the building work and all the renovation project.
I'm back at the flat in less than 24 hours, and Lee knows that a great finish is going to require his full attention, even on the small details.
We're just trying to mash them up perfectly, obviously to around here, and we just got to cut them to size really. But yeah, when you cut them, you get tiny little variants in the bottom of the tiles, so we just need to make sure that we chip off some of the rough ones.
And you know that once you start thinking about the flat screen on the wall, the hard work is almost over.
Done that, done that, done that. Right, we're nearly there.
I'm back in Kilburn to see Lee and Marie for the final time. They wanted to transform their home by building a new bathroom, creating a private courtyard garden and overhauling the whole layout of their rather modest garden flat. I can't wait to see how they got on. When I first saw Lee and Marie's home almost 6 months ago, the layout was cramped and the lack of natural light meant that they had to have lights on throughout the day. It was difficult to imagine how they would be able to transform the poorly laid out space into the light, open plan design that they so desperately wanted.
Hello. Come on in.
Oh,
I'll
I
show you
can't
what
wait
we've done.
to see what you've done. Wow, now this is a little bit different from when I was here last. The space and the light.
That's looking pretty good, isn't it?
So different from the beginning.
Yeah,
cramped, horrible
unbelievable.
space.
Unbelievable.
Now with that wall out in the bathroom gone, it's opened it right up and it's given so much natural light.
Yeah, and I think that's the main thing that I'm seeing the difference is before it was pretty dark and dingy, and now you've got all this light flooding in.
So Marie, you always wanted a fantastic kitchen and you seem to have got that.
Yeah, more than one cupboard and I'm happy.
More than one. Yeah, that's all it was, one cupboard before.
Yeah, we definitely got the look that we wanted and it's a great space. I just can't believe how big this kitchen is.
This is light years away from the freestanding sink and the single cupboard they've been used to. This clutter-free space is now the focal point of their open living area. The bifold doors and the glass roof allow light to flood into the room.
These doors are great. I mean, push that back.
Yeah. It's like another
it's nice, isn't it?
extension of our room.
It's fantastic. That was a great idea.
Yeah.
Well worth the investment.
Oh yeah,
The space is it's just totally different.
it is really different.
What you've done, you've given it a fantastic contemporary look. loads of natural light. Must be
Yeah.
over the moon.
It is, yeah, we're really happy, aren't we?
Yeah, no, definitely.
At the side of the flat, the new extension houses a stylish bathroom.
Very, very nice. I like the colours as well.
We wanted a dark bathroom because of the glass roof letting in so much
Getting so much light,
light.
yeah.
We thought we could get away with a dark bathroom.
Now, that doesn't look to me like a recycled old bath.
No, we would have liked to have been original, but we, you know.
Listen, it's to create the effect,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
And I doubt very much whether you would have got an original one to look anywhere near as good as that.
No.
The floor looks absolutely superb. And the colour match is great.
Yeah, and you remember we got underfloor heating
That's right, yeah.
as well, so
How's that working?
Nice and cosy.
In place of the old sash window is a pair of new French doors leading to a private courtyard.
Works really well, this does, doesn't it? Yeah, all nicely paved and very private. Fantastic.
I'm really impressed with Lee and Marie's work, but I want to know how much they spent and, more importantly, how much they saved.
So, what was the final price?
We spent about £31,200. So I've managed to save just over 15 grand.
Well, that's fantastic news. Well done.
Thanks to hard work, careful planning and shopping around for materials and fittings, Lee and Marie have saved just over £15,000. The construction of the extension was left to the professionals. They've done a great job, bang on budget. By negotiating the best possible prices for materials, recycling their bricks, selling used appliances and helping with labour, they've saved nearly £6 grand. Shopping around for the bifold doors and glass roof saved a whopping £2,000. They chose a new bathroom suite and thanks to Lee's negotiation skills, they got a great deal, saving £700. Lee's hard work on the patio saved another £400. By choosing a flat pack kitchen and by fitting it themselves, they saved over £2 grand. And help from family and friends slashed the tiling and decorating costs by £4,000. The total cost for the whole project is just over their £30,000 budget, a massive 15 grand saving.
Well, I've got to say to you, it's been a pleasure meeting you both. Well done. You've got a fantastic job. You deserve it because you work so hard. Even with a cup of tea, I'd like to just toast you. May you have many happy years here.
Thank you
Well
very
done.
much.
Cheers, Tommy.
Thank you for your help.
Onwards and upwards, guys.
Thanks very much.
We have learned a lot of things and learnt skills whilst doing this build. So I think with those skills, it just becomes easier. Lee has learnt great things. I'm majorly impressed with your tiling.
I think you appreciate what goes into the build. We've created quite a pretty stunning flat, I think. So I'm quite proud of my achievements.
Lee and Marie have worked really hard to create such a contemporary and original space. And what's more, by taking on some of the major projects themselves, they've made real savings. The finish is very professional. I think it's fair to say that their house is now finally their home. It just goes to show you what you can really achieve if you fix it yourself.